Hello guys, welcome back to What's for Supper. We did it. We are back for another lovely episode of delicious food. But today, I want to take it a step further. I want to mix it up a little bit. And as Jen is now on her third trimester with a pregnancy, look, she's been doing so well. So I want her to relax, put her feet up, and let me treat her to a lovely date night. So, on today's menu we have 1 pot pasta, garlic bread, and a charcuterie board. So before we get into the food, I think it's important to do a few little tips and tricks for kind of getting the best out of our date night. And the method I like to use is, think about our 5 senses. I know we have more and all that, but think about our 5 main senses and how can we make them feel as good as possible. Like for instance right now, like you want to feel good, you want to look good. And look, let's be honest, my beard is starting to look a little bit like a bird's nest. So let's start with the first one, sight. Sight is our visual perception, so it's important to make an effort for our loved ones. And whilst this rough and rugged look can sometimes work, there's a very fine line between rugged and habitable for a bird. So, luckily in this video, it is sponsored by Panasonic. They've sent me their new beard trimmer, Precision and Power. And I'm glad the whole weird taboo about men's grooming is kind of now gone because maintenance is so important. We must look good to feel good. And also, these products are all inclusive of everyone because hair has no gender. And with 19 settings, we should be able to get my beard looking a lot better. So let's give this a go. Make sure I don't screw it up. Get the sides nice and neat, and if they're not neat, then it's because I'm filming whilst trying to shave. They also sent me their nose trimmer and their body trimmer, but I'm not going to show you guys that because I'm still trying to keep you hungry. So now I'm freshened up, feeling a lot better. All we have to do now is pop on an outfit, and tonight I'm going smart casual. I'm wearing my white t-shirt from Acne Studios, nice and crisp and fresh, and I'm wearing my green pajama bottoms from Gucci. Any excuse to wear pajamas. I'm also wearing some silver jewelry. Just elevates any outfit. And lastly, how do I keep this white t-shirt so crisp? Well, I just never wear it. I literally never wear it. I'm too scared. So, with that said, we have now got sight done. Let's move on to our next sense, hearing. Right, so we're trying to set up a vibe here. Music is so important to setting the energy, the tone, the vibe of the evening. We forget how much music is connected to our emotions, so set that accordingly. Like you wouldn't want to be sat having dinner listening to this. How you doing? Yeah. See? This is much better. Smooth, it's calming, it just sets that tone. It's a subconscious feeling of everything's gonna be all right. And next up, guys, so important, we wanna really get those infused smells going on. We got the roses, sure. We got the candles, no problem. But really, there's one more smell that we want to have that's even more important, and that comes from the kitchen. Now this is where the magic happens. We are gonna make our 1 pot pasta with fresh basil. Now there is only one thing better than a pasta, and that's a 1 pot pasta. I mean the simplicity, it's so fresh, it's well balanced, minimal washing up. The fact that I've been showing off in front of you guys shaving and putting on outfits, now the fact that this is a very fast, quick and efficient recipe makes us all a lot happier. So we're gonna need some cherry tomatoes. We wanna just slice them in half. I went for various colors for the tomatoes here. Just that way, it's just a bit more fresh, it's exciting, you know, like we said about the senses, the sight, the smell, the taste, all of it needs to be enhanced. Throw them in a bowl. So next up we want some garlic, and instead of crushing them, we want to just do thin slices. Perfect. Then we'll get an onion, we'll chop it in half. Chop off one side, chop off the other side. And then here we want to do very thin slices. This way everything cooks at the same time, nice and even, nice and delicious. Right, pop that in a bowl, and then let's get the frying pan out. We'll lay our linguine down, then we'll put our tomatoes down either side, make them look nice and pretty. Then we'll add the onions, then our garlic. Then I'm gonna throw in some torn basil, whatever you wanna call it. Then we wanna get plenty of salt, do not be shy. Loads of pepper, there we go. And then a healthy glug of olive oil. Then I'm gonna add 600 milliliters of vegetable stock. Wow. All we wanna do now, bring it to a boil. Then we simmer it, give it a stir for about 10 minutes until the juices have thickened, they've infused into the flavors. Oh, it's gonna be so good. As you can see now, the pasta is looking lovely. The juices are filled up, it's creamy, it's delicious, but we're not done yet. I'm gonna throw some more fresh torn basil. Then we want a healthy amount of pecorino. This will just help thicken up the sauce, make it even creamier. Best thing about this as well, on a date night, you want your dish to look impressive. You want to impress them, make it look harder than it actually was. And little do they know it was a one pot. I mean, Jen will probably figure it out when she watches the video, but until then, she'll be impressed. Pecorino is in, we'll give it a mix up. See, it's getting thicker and creamier as we speak. A little bit more pecorino, a little bit more pepper. Look at that, and our easy peasy one pot pasta is ready to serve. So next up, we're gonna make some lovely garlic bread. Look, you can't have pasta without garlic bread. It's the yin to the yang, it's just inseparable. And I know I've made it before, but I've noticed Jen's been mentioning it a lot recently. I don't know if it's a hint. If it is a hint, it worked very well. So we're gonna need about 5 or 6 cloves of garlic. Give them a fine chop. Perfect. Then we'll get a bowl and we'll throw it in there. Next, we're gonna get some parsley. Chop it up about 1/4 cup. Throw that in there, get it in. Then we want about 1/4 cup of pecorino cheese. I like to just eyeball it, just throw it in there, you know, you can never have too much. Then you want about a stick of unsalted butter. You want it softened. Give it a mix up. We'll pop in a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Perfect, then we'll set that aside. Then we'll get our bread. I've got a nice big sourdough. And this time I'm just gonna do a few large slices. And just lay them out and then just spread the mix on top. Really get every little nook and cranny. Then I'm gonna pop them in a baking tray. Then drizzle some olive oil on top. Then we'll put the oven to 400 degrees and throw them in for about 8 to 10 minutes. Oh, my smell sense is in full effect. This smells so good. Now let's plate up our lovely garlic bread. And lastly, for the charcuterie board, we have some fresh olives, some English Jacobs crackers, some manchego cheese, cheddar cheese, pickles, raisins, you name it, we have it. Now all we have to do is taste. Cheers! Welcome to date night, babe, and to the most important sense, taste. So we're gonna kick things off with some non-alcoholic wine, for anyone wondering.
It smells delicious.
We did a pasta that was very difficult to make. Just one pot, very easy. We got some garlic bread, a little salad, some wine, and a little bit of cheese and bickies afterwards. You deserve it, baby. You've been doing very well. Your stomach is getting bigger, 3rd trimester. You deserve some good grub.
Thank you.
Cheers. Tuss.
Tuss.
Oh.
Ooh.
That's kind of good.
I really like this.
It's a cross between wine and apple juice.
Yeah, apple cider.
Apple cider.
Yeah. It tastes like champagne apple juice cider.
Chapel juice.
Chapel juice. Wow.
It's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah.
We do love a good date night, don't we, babe? We try and mix it up, right, and keep it fresh, and especially through COVID, where you know, you are stuck indoors a lot and you don't get to do things that kind of mix it up and freshen it up. And I think having a little date night, maybe pop some candles on or watch a movie or just do something to make it feel a bit special. I think we've been quite good at that.
I think so. And I feel like you don't need to go somewhere far or go somewhere fancy to have a romantic night. It's really about the intention and the connection. And I mean, great food does help.
The garlic bread helps.
Yeah, it does. I do like this sense theme though, like hitting all the senses. A lot of the times, like 1 or 2 are neglected.
Yeah.
You know, hitting it from all corners.
It's important to hit it from all corners. Even if I'm on my own and I go into a room, I have to make sure lighting's good, put some like soothing music. And once I started realizing that it is kind of, you're going through each sense and trying to make it feel good. You know, if you're in a room with great music but it's pitch black, you're not gonna feel great.
Or if it's too bright.
Or if it's too bright. Yeah,
Light
it kind of
color.
sucks the vibe a little bit. If it's too dark, it sucks it. So there's so many little factors and you just gotta listen to your body, see what feels right. I think the sense thing kind of works. With the food though, we get all the senses. We get the sight, it looks good. We get the smell, it smells great. We get the taste, it tastes great. But otherwise it wouldn't be a very good video if I just did all senses into one dish.
Touching. Touch.
Touch, yeah, touch.
So good. I'm speechless.
So the other options for date night, I mean, sometimes we like to do something a little bit different. We might do a little drawing party, we might play a little game or do a little jigsaw puzzle. But tonight, obviously, you're feeling, even the baby's kind of, it's there, it's kicking, it's saying hello. So I think we'll do something quite chilled tonight.
That sounds great.
A little movie or something.
Yeah, sometimes just like a good old chat as well, don't
We love a good chat.
Just love a chat.
We do.
Yeah.
I think that's quite important as well. If you're going to do a date night and you want to go on the senses and you want to kind of make it feel a bit special, kind of try and have topics of discussion that make it a bit more special, make it a bit more deeper. I think that's something that it's very easy to get too used to each other's company or not push each other. And I think especially these days that we do end up just sitting down and we'll talk from anything from diarrhea to spirituality, anything, you know?
I have so full sensory overload.
You did it, babe. Well, we haven't quite finished with the senses yet. You know, we've had the sight, we've had a little bit of the smell, we've had the taste, we've had the hearing, and we've got one more. We've got this lovely food, lovely company. Now we just want to relax and infuse the last sense, which is going to be touch. Now, who doesn't love a little cuddle? Of course we do, right? It's very important to feel more connected, to get closer. And tonight we're gonna relax, sit back, watch a movie and eat some cheese and crackers. I mean, what a lovely way to end the day, right?
I'm very excited because tonight we're watching Lord of the Rings. We're starting off with the first one, Fellowship of the Ring. It's the best one in my opinion.
I've barely watched any of them, so Jen's gonna train me up and show them. And while we do that, we're gonna have some cheese and crackers, really infuse some of that taste back into it, have it all connected. So for today's cheeky challenge, if you guys are in a couple, I want you to make an effort to make a date night for each other. Even if you plan it together, don't have the expectation that you should and shouldn't do this. Treat yourselves, treat each other, and just have a lovely quality time together. If you were not in a couple, then just use this time to find solitude, pamper yourself, treat yourself, because we all deserve that, right?
Absolutely, self-care.
Self-care is very important. So for now, we're gonna eat this, enjoy each other's company, watch a lovely movie. I've been Ben, you've been great, and you've been my lovely wife.
Thanks.
Love you, babe. See you guys, bye.